Rich Kids.
I have 2 holiday houses, one in the Isle of Wight and one in Gozo.
The watch, I bought it for around 25 grand.
The cost of living crisis means absolutely nothing to them.
I have been to some dinners and the bill has been upwards of like 20k.
I don't know what the cost of living crisis is. I know it's something I see online, but I can't relate to it.
All that's about to change.
Oh my God.
10 brand new rich kids are going to stay with typical British families living on the breadline.
Are they coming in a helicopter?
I think they'll have all designer gear on.
5 handbags, 3 suitcases.
They'll experience what it really means to struggle.
I'll sacrifice anything I have for him to eat.
Not having to choose between eating and heating.
How will the people from completely different sides of the tracks get on?
If I would stay here, I would probably feel the need to hoover the entire room.
I forgot to put the oven on.
At the end of the day, that's your problem. That's not the government's problem.
It's all I ever wanted from this visit. So, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Rich Kids Go Skint.
I have a very easygoing lifestyle. I kind of do whatever I want when I want.
This is 17-year-old rich kid Mimi from Surrey. The daughter of a wealthy businessman who works in finance and whose mum has a job in estate management.
Life growing up was really good. I pretty much got everything I asked for when I wanted it.
Mimi is a weekly boarder at a posh private school that costs her parents over £30,000 a year.
Never been to state school. I've seen TV programmes about it and I definitely don't think I would enjoy it.
What this public school girl does enjoy are all the comforts of her parents' palatial mansion.
We have 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, and then we have a gym and my dad's office and recording studio, which is above the garage. This is the kitchen. It's really nice and open planned.
And so big, it even has an echo.
We have 4 ovens.
Not that Mimi's likely to have ever used any of them.
The best I can do is hopefully make a piece of toast without burning it. I've emptied the dishwasher a couple of times. Don't really like getting my hands dirty.
Mimi never has to lift a finger when it comes to caring for her horse either.
It is a lot of work keeping a horse, but luckily my mum, she does a lot of it for me, which is quite good because I don't have to do a lot of the dirty work.
This 17-year-old would far rather spend her time in London's luxury boutiques. And thanks to her mum's credit card, she rarely lets an expensive price tag get in the way of what she wants.
I don't usually think about how much I'm spending. I just spend it wherever, whenever. This is a Jimmy Choo handbag that cost about £3,000. I got this brown mulberry handbag, and I know this was very expensive, over £1,000.
Bargain. So why would a privileged public school girl want to swap a country estate to experience life on a council estate?
Obviously, I've seen council houses before, but I've never actually been inside one. It will be interesting to see how they actually look from the inside.
So, anything she's dreading about being inside a council house?
It would be a nightmare scenario if you could barely, move around, or they had to kind of share places like bathrooms and stuff.
Someone more than used to sharing bathrooms and stuff is full-time mum Karina from North London.
Eyes open.
She wants to show Mimi how tough it is to manage when you rely on benefits to get by.
So unfortunately, I have ended up in a position where I'm on universal credit. It's something I have to do. I'm not ashamed of it, and this is my life.
Mum to 5-year-old Imani and 3-year-old Leilani, as well as an older son who's flown the nest. Karina has recently been diagnosed with chronic rheumatoid arthritis.
Some days I don't get out of bed, for most of the day, because I'm just in too much pain.
Her debilitating illness has forced Karina to reluctantly give up her job as a secondary school maths teacher, with serious consequences for the family's finances.
To have everything kind of like be wiped away in an instant, that's exactly how it felt to me, was just like a shock. And then I have to now adapt to my new reality of being on benefits. I think the biggest struggle for me throughout all of this has been my pride. I never used to ask for anything. I've learned to say, oh my goodness, I need help, because it's so hard doing it by yourself.
She certainly needs all the help she can get. Instead of her annual £43,000 teacher's salary, Karina now has to eke out an existence on the £1,800 she receives monthly in universal credit, child benefit and personal independence payments.
It blows my mind, like what the big difference it is when you have money to now being reliant on money.
To add to her financial woes, the family's two-bedroom flat has got issues with mould.
We've recently had renovations done on the building. Then I noticed random mould on items in the house, and within a short space of time, mould just spread rapidly throughout the house, so everything had to be thrown away. Losing so much, it's extremely difficult just to think that, okay, where's all this money going to come from to buy back all the things that we've lost?
To try and prevent any mould from reoccurring, Karina cleans her flat daily.
On top of that, I have to have a dehumidifier just to like suck out the moisture out of the house. That costs like £5 per day, and I have to constantly have the heating on. Our safety means that we have to be trapped in the front room, sleeping on a block bed. Can you tell me one 2D shape that you know?
The pain Karina suffers with her chronic arthritis has made coping with the daily school run impossible.
Imani, that is outstanding. Well done.
Instead, this former maths teacher now homeschools daughters Imani and Leilani.
I love teaching the girls. The girls love working with me. What's that?
So what does she want to teach the rich kid during their time with the family?
I would like the rich kid to experience what it's like being in a community like where people look out for each other and how people actually really live.
Cocooned in a life of luxury, 17-year-old public schoolgirl Mimi has little experience of real-life struggles. Having built up his fortune from scratch, her dad Richard thinks it's high time his daughter had her eyes opened.
I think that would be a really valuable experience for you because you've been fairly privileged, and you know the nicest people in the world are generally those with the least, I find, and you know, they appreciate everything they've got, and hopefully it'll make you appreciate things in life a little more.
Yeah.
What do you think about help around the house and do a bit of tidying maybe and things you don't do at home?
Be a shock to the system to have to actually wash up for once.
Excellent. Maybe you can learn some of those skills, bring them back home with you and try.
Don't get any ideas.
Chores aren't Mimi's only concern.
I'm not bringing with me too much expensive stuff because I know the area won't be kind of really upper class.
As she swaps high-end country living for the unfamiliar territory of North London, it's already proving quite a culture shock.
It's definitely a lot more run down than I was expecting, and there's a lot of graffiti everywhere. It doesn't feel very friendly area.
You excited for someone to come stay with us? Yeah? Lani, are you excited? Mm-hmm. Yeah? I don't think they've probably been to a council house before, and being on an estate might be a strange experience.
It does feel a bit unsafe. It's not the prettiest from the outside. I've actually never been inside a flat before.
Well, Mimi, there's a first time for everything.
Hello.
Hi. Please come on in. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Mimi. Nice to meet you.
Karina. You sit next to me. Come sit here. Iman. Oh.
These are for you.
Thank you so much. These are beautiful. This is my daughter Imani Rain.
Hello, I'm Mimi.
Leilani and more. Imani is 5 and Leilani just turned 3 last week. Yeah?
And then I was 4 when my birthday.
Yeah, she told everyone she was 4 because she doesn't want to be 3.
Because I was 3.
Do you come from around here?
Yes. I've lived in this area like most of my life.
Okay, yeah.
So very familiar with it. How about you?
I grew up in southwest London.
Okay.
And then I moved to the countryside, so I now live in the countryside. So yeah, it's very different to around here. Kind of, it's quite close together. Everything's quite close together, whereas I'm used to fields around like houses.
Should we show it around?
Not having been inside one before, Mimi's keen to see how close together everything is in a council flat.
So this is my room. So as you can tell, it's empty.
Yeah.
But we had like a really bad mold situation that it seemed fine at first. And then started off my bed. The blanket sheet was just like covered with mold. So it like seeped through the whole bed and and then it just went through the wardrobe, destroyed the clothes, destroyed my desk.
So you literally had to throw everything away?
Everything away.
I could not imagine that happening.
Yeah.
So, like, where do you store everything and keep your clothes and stuff?
I keep, like, our clothes in suitcases.
Right.
So this is the girls' room. It's empty.
Yeah. So where do they sleep now?
We all sleep in the front room because the 2 rooms they're not in use at the minute. Yeah. So this is the kitchen.
My kitchen's very open plan, so we've got like an island in the middle and then like a sofa in the corner.
Okay.
Then we have like 4 ovens on the wall.
Yes, the 4 you don't use.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this is my bathroom.
Wow. Is this your only bathroom?
Yes.
Yeah. It must be quite a squeeze, especially if you have like...
Yeah, on rotation, who's in, who's out.
We have like 4 bathrooms in our house, so we kind of each get our own. My mum's bathroom is probably like 3 to 4 times the size of this.
Okay.
It is very eye-opening that people have to live like this, because obviously I've never actually been inside a flat before, so I didn't quite realise the spacing of it all and how crammed it actually was. I definitely do feel a bit guilty, because you could probably fit their whole family into my room comfortably, whereas they have to sleep on air mattresses on the floor in the living room.
Things are an equally tight squeeze when it comes to Karina's weekly food budget.
Leilani, would you like a jam sandwich or peanut butter sandwich?
Mom.
Peanut butter. Come, Leilani.
Get your lunch. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Simple sandwiches are a far cry from all the expensive restaurant lunches Mimi enjoys out with her mates.
How much on average would you spend for a lunch like that?
If there was like 2 of us, it could be like £100.
Are you conscious of the amount, or do you realise that for some people that might be a lot of money just to spend on lunch? Does that ever cross your mind at all?
I mean, I don't really think about it that often because I have my mum's card, so I never really have to think about what I'm spending or what I'm buying.
Do you feel spoiled just to be able to just get anything you want?
I never really feel spoiled myself because all my friends around me kind of have the same and are able to do the same.
That is such a good point, because if it's your norm, how would you differentiate?
Yeah, definitely.
The norm for Karina is trying to survive on her benefit payments.
So how much do you actually get from universal credit?
Altogether, it's roughly 1,800. And then you have to, therefore, think about all the bills that come behind all of that.
Course.
It's almost like getting pennies when it comes to universal credit.
Yeah.
And it's a horrible situation.
And especially Christmas and times like that, do you feel like you...
What Christmas? I couldn't afford to get them presents. Thankfully, everyone around me bought them all the presents. And it's wow. That was a big blessing.
So you've got a really nice community.
I do.
Yeah,
I really do.
Really
I used to be a secondary school maths teacher, but because of health reasons, it just became really difficult.
So was it tough having to give up work and suddenly stop and just be a stay-at-home mum?
I was gutted because I love teaching. Sorry. Can I have a minute? I didn't think I'll get emotional. Yeah, sorry. So for me, having such a drastic change in a short space of time, it was very difficult. But I know for me, I made the right decision because to me, family comes first, and finances became like non-important or non-existent when you think about your family first.
Yeah.
Mom, I'm finished.
Good job.
I've never wanted to go and work because I'd way rather just lie in bed or go out with friends. But she obviously really enjoyed it, and I think especially because nothing that bad has ever happened to someone like me, so it's extremely eye-opening to see how so much can affect a family. And seeing her get upset just really made me like feel sorry for her and just want to give her a massive hug.
With her parents paying for everything, public school girl Mimi has never had to worry about where her next meal is coming from. Next, Karina's bringing her to a local food bank, where she wants to show Mimi how the cost of living crisis has left many people struggling to feed their families.
This is a town hall that we're about to enter.
Yeah.
There's lots of volunteers and they have so many people that come here to get help. So I think it would be really nice for you to just see inside and what it's like.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what it's like.
This is Mimi.
Oh, nice to meet you. Good, thank you.
This community-run food bank provides a lifeline for an ever-increasing number of locals.
When we started in 2019, we had about 50 people come in a week. Now we have 550 people come in a week.
Yeah.
That's a significant increase.
Is there anything that I can do to help or get involved?
Oh, absolutely. We're always looking for people to volunteer.
Time for Mimi to roll up her sleeves.
Do we fill the bags?
I'm going to double check. I'm going to put some in and then ask the quantity, if it's all right.
Okay.
Have you ever been in a situation where you've needed food and not have access to anything that you possibly needed?
No, I mean, like, our cupboards at home are always fully stocked. Like, I've never gone a day with going hungry.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine people having, like, empty cupboards and nothing to eat. Like, it must be so difficult. I just thought it was going to be a few bags of food that people could come take a couple of items, but no, it's like people's weekly shop comes from there. It's actually quite sad to see how many people are struggling that much to even put food on the table. It's really interesting to see, like, how communities come together and help, because I assume all the people that work here are volunteers.
Yeah.
I don't know half the people that live in my village, and I live in quite a small village, which says something, because like, we don't often come together in a group and do stuff or help out the community, which I really think we should.
Do you know, one of the things that I really wanted to get out of this experience is for you to actually see how the community actually comes together and things that they do to support people that's in need. It's just like a big family. It doesn't matter the cultural background that you come from. Everyone's kind of knitted together.
I definitely want to get more involved with helping the community in the future, because, like, you don't really realise how much they're in need of help, but how much of an impact it actually has on the community.
I found that was quite interesting, that in her community, like, you hardly know each other. In comparison to, like, a community like this, where everyone kind of gets together, you know so many people, and you can always go to, like, a neighbour or a friend or a community bank. I think that's so important. So to be kind of excluded from society, I feel that's really sad.
Thank you so much
How
for
has the
having
experience
me.
been for you?
It's been really good, actually. I find this really therapeutic.
You're welcome anytime.
Yeah, I will be back.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. I'm almost quite jealous. She has the loving community around her, but she also has had points where she's needed to go to places like this, and they've really helped her, whereas I haven't.
It's 7 p.m. Back home, it's time for Karina to get dinner on the go.
That looks nice, thank you.
And tonight, she's treating Mimi to a Caribbean-inspired stew.
So this has sweet potato in there. It's got pumpkin, it's got beans, chickpeas.
It's really nice.
Thank you.
It's, like, very healthy as well.
Yeah.
With 17-year-old Mimi living in her parents' countryside mansion, Karina reckons she's never really experienced the real world. So while her older son takes care of Imani and Leilani, she's taking Mimi to see her local high street.
So this Thai road, it's a multicultural, like, community. How do you feel like just walking through the area?
The streets are busy, there's roads full of cars, buses, people commuting. Like, it's very different. It's very overwhelming.
So, like, as you see, there's like an ambulance rushing past. Are you used to even hearing sirens at all?
No, not at all. I can't remember the last time at home when I heard a siren. Like, it's just unheard of.
I think if I didn't hear it, it would be like, something's not right.
Yeah. Obviously, you have your 2 young daughters.
Yeah.
What age would you say let them go out by themselves?
I think because I'm that kind of parent that I don't trust absolutely anything. So we try to occupy my girls with as much things as possible to distract them from not being able to have something to do.
Yeah, of course.
Well, there probably is still one youth club open for the community, but a lot of them have been closed down due to funding.
It must be tough for them to think of things to do, especially because there's a high chance they could join the wrong crowd as instead of going to things like youth club.
Yeah.
Do you think the government does need to put more money into things like youth clubs and activities for younger children or teenagers in general?
Most definitely, because young people are the future and they need places to go. Why can't they help the young people to develop the skills that they need to move forward in life?
Yeah.
Just gonna put the blow up bed up.
Okay.
So would you like to help me do that?
Back home, it's bedtime. Due to the mould problem in the bedrooms, the family are forced to all cram into the living room.
Do all 3 of you sleep in this one bed then?
Yeah. Sometimes we do, because I bought a king-size bed just to make sure, so we sleep this way and then I get kicked in the head, as you expect with kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the only way I can manage, because otherwise it takes up too much room for us to have separate beds.
I can't imagine sleeping on a blow-up mattress every night. It must be really tough.
As there's no room for Mimi to sleep,
Say goodnight to Mimi.
Mimi. Good night.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye, have a good night.
she'll be spending the night at a local hotel, where she's reflecting on her earlier experiences of the area.
I've been to central London at night, and obviously that's quite busy, but I feel a lot more safe in the areas that I choose to go to, whereas I've never been to an area like that before. I do find it quite, it's like scary, and I feel like a little bit unsafe in a way.
She doesn't really know what's out there because she's kind of like in a bubble. I think this was a great experience for her to be able to see what life is like for the majority of the people in the country.
As the daughter of wealthy parents, public school girl Mimi has never had any financial worries.
Cost of living crisis hasn't affected our family at all, and I don't actually have much experience with people who are struggling with money.
But now the 17-year-old is living skint with mum Karina, who wants to show her the value of a strong local community. It's a new day, and Mimi's returning from her hotel after the mould problem in Karina's flat meant there was nowhere for her to sleep.
Morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Oh, I'm okay,
How'd you sleep?
A bit rough, but I'm awake, so it's fine.
We're here.
Coffee's here.
Yeah.
While Karina gets breakfast on the go,
What's your favourite hairstyle?
My favourite ponytails.
Ponytails, yeah.
daughters Imani and Leilani
Put that on her hair.
help get the rich kid preened for the day ahead.
Now she's the queen.
I am. Do I look really pretty?
Yeah.
Wow.
Being used to boarding school breakfasts, a Caribbean-inspired fry-up is yet another new experience for Mimi.
I don't think I've ever had this before. Can you, explain what it is?
It's planting. This is very nice.
As well as being cheap, plantains are a banana-like fruit rich in fibre, vitamins and antioxidants.
I really like the plantain. I've never had anything like it before. I thought it would taste like banana, but it's like completely different.
Yes, banana. I said that.
It's Imani's favourite thing.
Schoolgirl Mimi's least favourite thing is household chores.
It's not really my kind of thing. I don't really like getting my hands dirty.
But with Karina suffering with her arthritis this morning, she's been put on washing up duty.
I put stuff in a dishwasher before. Like, I don't really know what to do. I've seen people wash up before, and they usually use, like, a sponge.
They usually use, like, washing up liquid too.
Actually, that's a good idea. Maybe I should be using, like, soap or something. I thought that was what people did, was just put, like, stuff in a dishwasher, not actually wash up by hand. So it's not something that I'm very used to.
Which is probably why she's not thought to fill the sink with soapy water.
This is why I could never, like, be a cleaner or something, because this is, like, my worst nightmare. I keep forgetting to use the soap, and I forgot that that's the actual stuff that cleans it.
Are we ready? My shoulders hurt a little bit, and move slowly.
Karina was diagnosed with chronic rheumatoid arthritis 7 years ago.
And we're gonna go round.
Before beginning the school day with her daughters, she does morning yoga sessions to help relieve the pain.
It affects like most joints in my body. So that's from like my jaws being locked or like my shoulders. So if I'm having like a really bad flare, I don't really do absolutely anything, and it's like a tough day. And swap. 1, 2.
I've done a bit of yoga before. To hear that there's an option like that that's free, that she can do at home really easily, is really nice, because I could tell that this morning she was clearly in a lot of pain.
One more time. I think the most challenging part for me is being like in a flat that I have to like climb 42 stairs to get in the building, and then the same to get out because we haven't got a lift. If I can't move, I can't get out. It's that fear in my mind, what if there was a fire next door and I couldn't get the kids out?
Yeah.
What if like they had an accident and I couldn't get them out the house? Like, again, I'm not a priority. It's almost like a stigma that people look and be like, there's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
But then it's like living with like the daily pain. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm smiling, but I feel pain.
It is really sad to see her struggling, because I think she tries to put on a smile as much as she can. But then she has to keep going for her kids, and I can tell that they're her biggest motivation.
Good job.
With the children at the forefront of her mind,
Right, get up then, Lon.
Stand up.
Karina wants to give them the best education possible.
Good job.
And with homeschooling, you have to be imaginative.
So this week we've been learning about nature and about trees and like the body of the tree and what it's called and labelling it. So if you don't mind, we're going to go outside and actually collect some materials to recreate like trees.
Yeah, that'd be lovely.
Mimi attends a posh private boarding school with facilities that include a swimming pool and even a theatre.
Lani, how many leaves are you going to collect?
100.
Karina has to make do with her local park to inspire her girls.
Yeah. What can we find to create trees?
And then trees from the...
Some rocks, we can get some leaves, we can get some sticks, and maybe some grass.
And some rocks.
And some rocks. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah?
Come on then.
These are nice leaves.
Lani, get the leaves.
What about these?
Oh.
Okay. Wow. Put that in your bowl. What else should we get? More leaves?
Okay, let's go, let's go. So for me, this was a cost-effective way for them to like explore and learn at the same time.
Yeah.
Because when you homeschool, you don't get any form of support or funding, just like you would if you was attending school, because every child is entitled to funding when you attend school. Imani! Lani! Oh, bless them. They're birds, they're birds.
I do think that sometimes just going to school isn't for everyone, and especially like with your circumstances and everything, it's obviously the more like beneficial way for them to learn.
The biggest thing for me is like you can tailor it. As long as you hit like the main core subject,
exactly.
You tailor it to what you want.
Once they return home, Karina lets the girls get creative.
We're gonna recreate things that we've seen outside. Who wants to help me with the glue? Ooh, good job. Oh, I think that's enough. I love it, Lauren.
Education on a budget is a new concept in Mimi's world.
But you can spread it. Do you know how much boarding school costs at all?
I think it's just over £30,000 if you're like weekly boarding.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's either per term or per year. I'm not too sure.
Oh, no.
I could have that completely wrong, but obviously I don't pay the fees, so I don't know.
Give me your hand.
My hands are all sticky now.
Schoolgirl Mimi has never had to watch the pennies like most other people.
Right, so Mimi, I'm going to set you a challenge.
Karina reckons it's time she had a wake-up call.
I'm going to give you £10 and see if you can get stuff for Sunday dinner.
Okay.
Yeah? Do you think you can manage?
It'll be difficult, but I'll give it my best shot.
Okay. So how do you feel like shopping with £10? Because I know that's not much, but how do you think you'll get on?
I mean, I've never really been food shopping before. I've gone along with my mum, but I've never had to buy anything.
Yeah.
So I think it would definitely be a challenge, but it'll be good to see how I can actually manage my money on a budget.
So good luck with that.
Thank you.
Trying to stretch Karina's £10 budget for enough ingredients to make a Sunday dinner will be a valuable lesson in being frugal.
Right, frozen. How much are those? These don't have a price on them, but I might get some peas because I think vegetables is a good idea.
Mimi's never had to look at a price tag before,
But I have no idea how much they cost.
and it seems it's a hard habit to break.
I'm going to see how much money I have left over.
She also needs to consider that Karina is a vegan.
I'm looking for like a meat alternative or some chicken, but I can't actually see anything.
Is chicken vegan? Surely she must mean chickpeas.
It's really difficult. Okay. I know vegan people tend to eat chickpeas, but I can't just make chickpeas as a meal. I don't know what to get. I might get the sausages, and then we can do like sausages and chips. Because there's 8 in there, so that will be plenty. And then we have vegetables as well.
Well, that's Imani and Leilani sorted, but what about Karina?
So I've had a reading, and I've got 2 options. So either I can make a pasta with a sauce or sausages and chips, or I could just not use the chips and make a sausage pasta and then plain pasta with sauce. So that's obviously vegan. I really hope this is vegan. Is pasta vegan?
Not sure that qualifies as a Sunday dinner. Mimi's desperate to get this right to pay Karina back for all the great meals she's provided for her.
I just really hope that this is less than £10, and if I've gone over budget, I don't know what I'm going to do because this is barely a meal as it is, but let's go and see.
£9.25. Somehow she's come in just under budget.
Thank you. Thank you. My first experience of a grocery shop was a lot more stressful than I thought. I just think getting a meal for like 4 or 5 people for under £10 is really difficult, and it makes me realise that this is what most people have like on a daily basis for their budget for a meal, if not less. Hello.
Rich Kid Mimi's been challenged to buy enough groceries to make a Sunday dinner
I don't know what to get.
for Karina and her girls to feast on.
Is pasta vegan?
Mimi managed to come in under her £10 budget.
I'm really happy about that.
But will Karina, who's vegan, be impressed with what she's bought?
I know you mentioned that the kids eat meat, so I got sausages.
Okay.
But I got some pasta because I thought that's like easy and I kind of know how to cook that. And then I got like pepper, kind of tomato sauce. And then some chickpeas because I know vegans eat chickpeas,
I eat
and it's a good
chickpeas.
line. And then garlic bread to go with that.
That's so interesting. Like, for example, I've never had vegetables out of a tin.
I would have gone for fresh vegetables, but I didn't quite realise how little, like, £10 could actually get you and how much food actually costs these days.
For me, I like lots of fresh food, and because I do feel like having cooking skills is like really important, because you can make things like go a longer way if you was to, like, for example, have fresh veg. I'm not sure how much that sauce costs, but imagine you just had a batch of tomatoes, you can actually like stretch it for a few meals instead of like just one.
I'd definitely like to learn how to cook at some point. I will need to know.
Funnily enough, there's a hungry family eagerly anticipating their Sunday dinner.
Like my hamster.
What's your hamster's name?
Let's hope Mimi's a fast learner.
I don't know whether I'm supposed to wait for like the oil to heat up or anything, but I'm assuming this is fine. Maybe I need a bit more oil. And then a bit of pepper.
A bit?
That should be nice. Just gonna cook it all. Do I like season the water? I don't know. We're gonna. Is this really wrong? There we go.
Not sure those frozen sausages will cook as quickly as the pasta.
I don't know if I'm supposed to fry them or not. Like, are they supposed to be swimming in oil? I hope that's okay.
Read the instructions, Mimi.
That smells disgusting. I'll put that in there. Oh God, that sounds like it's burning. I think I burnt the sauce. Yeah, the sauce is burnt.
While the sausages are still sat there half frozen.
Right, okay, what we're gonna do is gonna like add the chickpeas. This looks disgusting. Oh God. I don't know how long they take. This is really stressful. Quite a lot of stuff has already gone wrong, and I wasn't expecting it to go wrong this early on.
Well, best you keep an eye on those sausages.
I don't know, they look done.
Done?
I don't think no, they're not done. That's not cooked. It's really salty. God.
Never mind. At least heating the garlic bread will be the easy part.
I forgot to put the oven on. That's a bit embarrassing.
She really never has been in a kitchen, has she?
I never thought cooking would be this hard at all. This looks so bad. This is the first proper meal that I've cooked in my life. And let's just say we're not off to a great start by the looks of things. Just double check that that sauce is vegan, actually.
It's a bit late now.
There are no vegetables that aren't vegan, are there?
Surely the clue's in the name.
Look! Lonnie, look!
I will not be offended if you don't like it, by the way.
You can try it, Lonnie.
I think I put a bit too much seasonings in it. It's like really overpowering.
Don't worry.
What would you rate this meal out of 10?
3 out of 10.
As much as that.
Okay, I accept that.
If I'm honest.
Yeah.
Don't like this.
You don't like it? Okay.
I don't blame you. It's not very nice, is it?
I love the sausage.
You love the sausage.
Thank you.
At least someone approves. Despite being clueless in the kitchen, Mimi's experienced a side of life she barely even knew existed. But with her dad, Richard, now on his way to collect her, it's time to say her goodbyes.
It's been an amazing experience, and it's definitely changed my perspective on a lot of things, like how people live with a lot less money than someone like I have. So I've really enjoyed every single second of it. It's been amazing.
That's good. I think like what I learned from you is that how shielded you can be, especially when you come from a background with so much money, and the fact that, you know, I just hope you continue like taking opportunities that will help educate you about things in life so you feel more prepared.
Yeah, 100%. And like, I'll make sure to stay in contact with you obviously in the future, and we can definitely like arrange to see each other.
Humbled by all they've taught her, Mimi has something for the family.
I got you a printer to obviously help with all the homeschooling, so I just hope this helps out a lot with all the work.
Thank you so much.
And then workbooks and stuff for...
Oh my goodness. It's like my favourite things in the world, like anything educational.
Oh my days. I love it. My days. Look at the robot.
Wow. Lani, look. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have so much fun. We're gonna have fun. Thank you so much.
It's okay, that's the least I could do. Thank you for letting me stay with you.
Dear Karina and girls, you are the kindest family I've ever met, and you have really made me feel welcome. I will be sure to stay in touch in the future. Lots of love, Mimi. Oh, thank you so much.
Give me a hug. Oh, hello. I'm Richard. Nice to meet you. So was Mimi well behaved? Was she good?
She was outstanding. I really think she's very mature for her age.
Great.
She just shows so much understanding and compassion.
Oh, I love it. That's fantastic. I'm really pleased.
Say bye to Mimi. Bye. Give Mimi a hug.
I miss you. Bye.
Thank you again so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, safe travels.
Yeah, we'll stay in contact. Yeah.
Take care. Bye. Thank you so much. Bye. I really feel grateful that I've lived the life I live. I've learned that not having money doesn't mean that you can't experience life. And if you don't have a community, you can feel isolated at times. I'm just hoping that I can continue to give the girls the best experience possible.
That was a nice family.
Yeah, they were so nice.
Did you learn anything from the experience, do you think?
I definitely learned, that they have a really good community around where they are.
Oh, that's nice.
I feel like that's almost something that I miss out on.
Do you appreciate now a little bit more what you have and what you were given as a child?
Yeah, definitely, seeing people living in completely the opposite way that we do with, nothing like the stuff that we can have and can afford. It makes me realise how lucky I actually am to be in a position where I don't have to even think about any of that, whereas that's a kind of thought she has on a daily basis.